Hi, how you doing? Welcome back. Right, we've been busy. Been up north walking. I've got all the bits to change on this bike. So I'm going to stick you onto my headband thing. There you go. So I can show you through stuff. Now, I'll start at the top, bars. That's the original bars, just to give you an idea. Now, I bought a pair of Enfield bars for a pricely sum of £70. They're enduro highs or desert bars. They're 65 from the tip, or 6.5 inch from the tip to the centre. I also bought, couldn't decide what I wanted. These were only £20. Obviously heavier, being steel, but still lighter than these, a lot lighter. And I can demonstrate that just now, as we have bought a set of scales. And if you just give me a second, put some specs on. We're on grams, okay? So they weigh, they're about 1,200 grams, okay? Original bars. These are off my original 350. Just trying to get these to balance now will be the fun bit. You know what's going to be easier? It's just without that hook. It came with this little band. Well, the trains are out today, aren't they? So they're 1260. Well, a little bit heavier. However, once you put on, this only weighs about 3 grams, by the way, this alloy hook. Before you say I'm not taking that into consideration. The Renthals, however, there you go, 830 grams. So you can see where the weight saving is. Now, back to the bars. There's the bend of your original bars, okay? And the height. There's the bend of the Renthals, bit more rake, bit higher up on the elbows. Still good though. These bars though, for all they're heavier than them, but lighter than them, they've got a right nice pull to them. These holes need to go, if you look at the length, for the length of the grips, I think that might be a bit too far forward drilled, we'll see. But I like them. They've got a lot of rust inside, and imagine that rust they will rust these, even keeping the bike inside. But on the bike, aesthetically, they actually look better, probably, than the Renthals. Now, looking at them, width and height, I'll probably get away with the original cables with those bars. So I'm probably going to stick them on first to begin with. Take the mirrors off, and I'm planning on just doing this through the evenings. I've got loads on them now. So, Mitas tyres, trials, 400 by 17 back. And then we've got, this is a 325 front, which will be slightly wider than that, only a little bit. You can see they're going to be slightly taller as well, which will affect the gearing. We've got mud guards. These are beautiful. These weigh grams. What I'm going to do is all these parts, I'm going to weigh them all before I fit them. And all the big bits I take off, I'll weigh, just so you can see all that. Now the front is slightly narrower than I hoped. That was £107 and that was £62. Nothing's cheap nowadays. It's Manx. So there you go. But when you see it on this tyre, It's actually all right. So I was going to make a bracket that would bend up round the centre. And I was like, I've just not got the energy now or enthusiasm to make things like that. Bought them, they were not cheap, they were £30, but they're ready to go. So I'm thinking that onto something like that. Probably need to drill it a wee bit lower in the hole. And then these, hopefully are going to reach that. And if not, I'm going to have to change them for something else. Let's work it out. What hasn't arrived is a set of rubber gaiters to put on there. We've got Michelin tubes as well to put in with the new tyres, just because Michelin tubes are just really good quality. I could have bought V-rubber tubes for £12 each. These are £18 each. You do, it's what you get what you pay for, you know, they've got heavy duty written on the box, that'll do me. They'll get sealant in them as well when it goes on. Now, going back to everything, all I was changing was bars, mudguards, tyres. Pipe-wise, what we're going to go for is we've got another Hitchcock. Here's the unveil, because I've not even looked in here yet. This is the same pipe that's on Warhorse. Obviously, it's got a black pipe. So that's the same pipe in stainless. The idea being, we will run, that's the silencer in there. We'll run this as short as we can. We did that before, remember? Looking for my, where's my Stanley knife? It's not here, of course. Typical that is there. In between, I'll pull this out. We had a great weekend up north. A couple of nights in the van. And there's another couple of Munros. And the weather was, as it is outside, sunny, not as they forecast. So that's the standard pipe. Stainless anyway. And what we'll do is we're going to run that as short as we can that way. So it'll be rammed quite far up that. And at a later date, so this is all phase 1. Phase 2, hopefully, Colin will hack this front pipe up, put a curve on it. Now the problem we've got, which I'll show you when we start working on the bike, is to make a high level pipe, it's got to either come under here and go up there and along, or you've got to heat this and bend this in. This is steel, remember. You can repaint it, that's all right. Problem is we've got the battery in there, and you've got the heat of the exhaust next to the battery. So I'll probably stick with the low pipe at first, see how we get on. But I think we'll be pretty good to go. So I'll just tomorrow probably, or Tuesday night, I'll start taking bits off the bike. I'm trying to do one job a night, so get the back mudguard all off one night, get that fitted. That's probably going to end up cut in half. You can imagine that one starts about top of that chain guard. So it's going to be to about, start on this side, it's going to be to about there. Which means obviously you can make another one out of these, but you won't have that crimped end. But this can just get polished up with Autosol. Look at the rust on them, horrible things. Okay, so that's where we're at, folks. I'm not that motivated to do another bike, so we're just doing it in bits rather than have a whole pile of bike parts like we did before. We've got another job to do first with the Jeep. Brakes. Look, nearly to the floor. Took it out and it was pulling to the left, and the brake pedal's going right down to the floor. So far down, it's actually shredded that, bent all that spring for the brake light switch that I made, the motorbike one. But that's all right, I got another one, and there's no brake fluid under it, which tells me the drums are either filling up or the master cylinder's knackered. So I built a front and back master cylinder, slave cylinder should I say, not master cylinder. There you go, £20 each. And if I take the hubs off and they're dry, get them back on, check the others too on the other side. If they're fine, it's the master cylinder down in there, which we need to change obviously. Quite surprised at that happening, but it is 6 years old now. It's not young. And remember, these parts are made in, what, Taiwan, or I don't know where they're made. Philippines probably. So there we are. So I'm going to just film little bits of this when I do it, because these are just working out, thinking about filming. And you can just show a bit before and after, if you know what I mean. I'm not doing every nut and bolt, taking the bits and all that. I blew my budget at £500 obviously. I'll give you some prices. They were £135, which are amazing. If they handle pretty good, if they're okay, I'll be putting these on my Classic, because I can't get hiding eyes now at trade price, sadly. £135 for 2 tyres. You'll pay that for one Conti TKC 80 for the Hemi. You get out on that. It's been sitting for 2 weeks again. So that's what we'll do. We'll go with these bars, and if need be, there's a spare pair of bars if I need them for that. They're the right height, so as you can see, I bought the too low a bar there. And they've got bar risers on, but I could swap them out to them if I want. It gives me a set of bar risers to sell on or whatever. No, that's the shop I got them from, In Motion. You can see all the old trail stuff. That's what I used to have, a Bull Tackle Sherpa. I had one of them when I was 15. And I also had a Montesa 200 as well, Honda Montesa, which I never got going. That's another thing though. So we'll go with those bars first, all right? If the bike falls off its stand or whatever and they bend, then I've got them to put on. Once I start taking unbolting stuff, I'll get into it. I think the hardest job's getting that front mudguard worked out, so we'll get all that off and get the back mudguard on first. And we're just going to use that back light unit. I don't want to go daft on this, but I want to keep it pretty standard. Yeah. So yeah, 135 for the tyres. They were only £20. So we'll remove that £70 budget from it. So we'll add up the tyres, the tubes, bars, mudguard, £320 on. £320 is a lot of money, isn't it? For exhaust. For exhaust, but it's kind of like exhaust for life, isn't it? I mean, this exhaust will end up outliving that, but you can go to another one, or probably, or something. But it's going to sound exactly the same as Warhorse. So I'll bring you back when we get started. All right, see you, bye.